a list of everybody who's on, right? For the YouTube.
Sure.
Okay. All right. Where do we start?
Want to call off
Eric Allen, Chairman, here.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Either that or I could run down a name of the roll
Yeah, okay,
call.
and say here.
Yep.
That sounds good.
Yep.
Whoops, things are moving around a little bit. So the agenda, for those on the video, the agenda is up on the screen, right? Can people see the agenda?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I see that.
All right, so the first thing we'd have to do is a roll call. So I don't know if you want to read off names, Eric, or if people just want to state. I'm like, I'll tell you what, I have everybody's name listed here. You could just, I'll read your name. I'll read the name, and then people could say whether they're here or not.
Okay, that sounds good.
Tony Pollock.
Here.
Stephen Bradisich. Eric Allen.
Here.
Beth Hansen.
Here. Sort of.
Eva Atwood.
Sort of.
Mitch Smith.
Here.
Bruce, I don't even know how you say your last name.
Yeah, that's right. Bruce Heisler, I'm here.
Yes. Bob Van Velkenberg.
Here.
Lee Lee McGonigal.
Not here.
Arnie. Andrew Dale. Carl G. Grande.
Here.
Cynthia LaPierre.
Here.
Jennifer Kwin. Am I saying your last name right?
K-Wine. Yeah, here.
Jen Horn. Jen? I thought I saw you up there. Jen, can you hear us, Jen? I thought I saw, I'm not sorry, Jean. Jean Horn? Not Jen. Jean? I thought her name was up there, but all right, I thought she's here. Jim Diamond?
Yes, I'm here.
Thomas Poker? Okay, well, we still have 10, even if Jean, I don't know if we lost Jean or not, but. So Eric, I'm sorry, go ahead.
Okay, I guess, what's the first thing on the agenda then?
It's the approval of the February minutes.
Okay, would I like to someone has to make a motion to approve the
They were
minutes?
emailed and they're up on the screen right now. If anybody has any questions about them.
Tony Pollock approved the minutes, but I don't see him, but I'll approve them.
So
Cindy, I will second.
Eric Allen approves, I guess.
So just maybe call the vote then, if anybody, yes, if anybody, all in favor? Yes?
Yes.
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 Anybody opposed? Okay, so no no's.
Okay, that went real smoothly, huh?
Oh, well, yeah, I think that's very, just as opposed to
We'll
going
get it
around
down.
I think that might be the easiest way to do it is. The next thing on the agenda was just, I wanted to talk briefly about the trainings because, we did have a training scheduled for an in-person training for next week, a week from tomorrow, but obviously that has been canceled. The Department of State has a number of training webinars that they're doing, which you can, are available for credit. We also scheduled the same sessions we were going to have at the live training and the in-person training, we're going to do for webinars. We're going to have one on June 4th on the short-term rentals and on June 25th on spot zoning. So I've been sending those out via email. I'm hoping that you all get them. Tony, I could mail those to you if you want.
Okay, thanks.
But I've also been sending them to all the village and town clerks so that they have those. Please share those with your local planning and zoning boards. The registration is all obviously online, as their webinars. So, this time around, we're gonna just have to do them via webinar, as opposed to, maybe next spring, hopefully we'll get back to in-person trainings. So that's, I just, I failed to, just at the beginning, Eric, I have it down here for the agenda reappointments. We do have a new member that's on, planning board now. Bob from the village of Coxsackie, has taken Richard Golden's, spot. So I wanted to welcome him. Sorry, I didn't welcome you at the beginning of the meeting, but welcome to Bob as a new planning board, county planning board member, representing the village of Coxsackie.
Hi, Bob.
Hello.
Hi, Bob.
Nice to see you.
See you guys too.
Oh, Bob.
And
I want everyone to know that I worked with Bob for about 8 years on the Coxsackie Building Committee. He will be a great asset to this committee.
Is this the Bob Van Valkenburg?
Junior.
Junior.
From Athens?
This is Bob, not Robert.
Okay.
and the other, George Deckers from the town of Durham has, I understand, resigned from the town board and hence has resigned from the county planning board. The town of Durham has not made a reappointment yet to take his spot. So right now, the town of Durham does not have a person on the county planning board. So I just want to bring that to your attention. I'm waiting, obviously not putting too much pressure right now with all that's going on. So right now, we'll just have to wait and see who town of Durham reappoints to take George's spot. And the next is the elections. I've never done those before since I've been here. Actually, today's my 1-year anniversary with the county, but I've not done the elections with you guys yet, so I don't know how you usually do those. So I'll leave that up to you, Eric.
Okay, I got a dog making a noise. Well, usually I step down, I guess, and let you run the meeting for my and the vice chair's reelection, I believe, is how it's done.
Okay. Then,
I would like to nominate, this is Jen, I would like to nominate Eric as the chair.
Oh, thank you.
This is Tony Pollack. I would second that motion for Eric Allen,
How
please.
it usually works.
I got to write this down. So hold on a second. So the motion for chair was for Eric to the only thing, Eric, we have to get you reappointed. You're by the town of Ashland because your appointment expired this past March. So technically, we need to get the town to reappoint you.
Yeah, well, I've been asking them about that. Supposedly they've sent things in, but
Okay.
it is what it is.
All right, so long as I'll wait for the formal paperwork. Long as you still want to be on the planning board and they still want you on the planning board, then we'll elect you as chair. We'll nominate you as chair. I just want to make sure that.
Yeah, as far as I know, everything's fine on our end. I don't know what else is going on.
Okay, so that was a motion by Jen to have Eric continue as chair, seconded by Tony. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? All right. So that's, so congratulations, Eric. You are still the chair.
Okay, well, thank you. Okay. Oh, my. The next is for the vice chair, I believe.
Yes.
Do we have any motions? Jimmy's the vice chair right now.
We'll make the motion for Jim Diamond to be chair, or co-chair, please. I'll be vice chair.
I'll second. This is Jen.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries, I believe.
I'm just going to assume for the notes that you guys are you, I don't know if you vote for yourself or not, or you have to abstain, but, I'm not really sure. So,
Well, if I've got to abstain, you think you can take me off? I don't know how it works, but
yeah, that's.
whatever you think.
Well, you can vote for yourself. I'll just put it all, yeah, you voted for yourself. That's fine.
The president can vote for himself.
Yes, everybody's got to vote. So yeah, that's, as I was saying that, I was thinking, yes, you could probably vote for yourself. Probably don't have to abstain. But anyway, so then there's one more.
Okay, would anybody like to make a motion for, the secretary? I believe Rich is the secretary right now.
So I'll do it. Tony Pollock will make the motion for Rich to be secretary.
Bruce
Do we have a
Heisler,
second?
I'll second
I'll
that.
say, okay.
Go ahead.
Who was the second? I didn't catch the voice.
I'll second it, Bruce Heisler.
Okay.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Are there any opposed? Motion carries.
All right. Terrific.
Okay, did that work okay?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, it's just, yeah. We need to get that done because we're supposed to do that back in March, so we're all good now.
Yeah, well, we had a little difficulty in March, I guess you could say.
Yeah, the past couple of months, so, but here we are, so that's good. So next is the referrals.
Yep, let's get the referrals done and get done with this so we get out, so we're out of the county's way.
So I don't know if this was sent in a draft comprehensive plan by the town of Durham. I sent around some comments on it in the staff memo. I don't know. I've also, sent around the plan. I don't know if anybody had an opportunity, the interest to take a look at it. If there's, or if anybody has reviewed the staff memo that went out, I think yesterday morning, on some of the comments. I mean, overall, it's a decent plan. I think some of the infrastructure issues could be looked at a little more closely. So that's mostly what the comments, some of the housing or transportation infrastructure issues. So, again, some of the comments, basically the recommendation is, it's a local decision with some comments. Again, either there's any other comments that anyone on the planning board may have. I'm not going to go through all these specific comments.
Well, this is Eric. The only comment I thought I had, I actually printed it out just so I could look at it. And it seems fairly vague, but kind of, informal and nothing to get too concerned about. I mean, they're all good goals, I suppose.
Yeah, I see the comments from the planning department saying they do need to be more specific in terms of who's doing what and how they're doing it. I think the idea of a volunteer planning board might be a stretch.
I think in Durham it would be.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know about the other towns. I know in Jewett that there is pay, for attending the meetings.
Yeah, in the town of Athens, they don't get paid either.
They don't. Okay.
No.
No, I mean, I think a volunteer planning board, I mean, as a step for Durham, I don't think there is a planning board now. So I think a volunteer planning board is not necessarily, out of reason. If they need planning consulting help for the planning board, I mean, that's something they're going to have to pay for,
Right.
For professional review, if they have any money budgeted for that. There was also a lot of reference to, grant writing for this or for that or for historic preservation, but that was also a concern of how, grant writing is, as you all know, on the local level, not a simple thing. You need somebody's very usually specific or will need to retain help to kind of go after grants and so forth. It's not something that, usually a volunteer has the capacity or ability to do. So,
I know that Durham itself got rid of their planning board years ago on purpose.
They did?
Yeah.
Why did they do that, Eric?
Well, there was a big ruckus. My father was involved also in all that, so I better not comment a whole lot, but I guess they decided it was better off that the town board just do it rather than shuffling it off to another body, kind of.
Yeah, they call it an oversight board.
Yeah. But that was the deal. So the town board itself is actually the planning board.
Right.
Okay.
But they want to change that and make that a planning board. Is that correct?
I don't think they do. I don't know. I think maybe that's a possible recommendation, but I don't know that's where they want to go. I have no clue.
Yeah, it's not a
how do we
definite
feel about it?
It's a proposal to consider a planning board. It's not a definite recommendation within the plan. It's to
Yeah. And how do we feel about it? Do we feel that we should let them do what they want?
Yes. I do. It's their town.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
Often, you put together a comprehensive plan, a planning board or some land use rules may follow. They have some concerns. Some of my comments were related to infrastructure. They've identified some housing issues and some other kind of land use issues, which they just might want to take a closer look at. And if it's not a planning board, they might need some additional help to take a closer look at some of those things, whether or not they decide to move forward with convening a planning board.
Well, you can always offer them any help if they decide they want to go that way. But like I say, my thoughts are they don't, but I don't know.
Yeah, that is a local call, whether they want to have a planning board or not. And how far they want to take the comprehensive plan, and they don't have zoning at this point. Whether those are all local decisions. That's why the recommendation is a local decision. Local decision with comment. All comprehensive plans need to come before the county planning board, and those are all just recommendations of maybe they want to take a closer look at. There was also comments in there. Right now, the town is all on septic and well. There were some comments in there about wanting to put in some water and sewer lines, and that was, maybe not. So it's, whether the town wants that in the future, they might want to, they will need to take a closer.
Yeah, well, you have good 4 different hamlet areas that, are kind of little clusters of people, villages kind of, but they're not incorporated villages in Durham.
Right.
So each might have a separate issue. I think that was one of the things that the comprehensive plan was saying too, that they, some people, they were more thinking, well, I'm from Cornwallville or I'm from East Durham, rather than just being totally from the town of Durham itself. I think that was one of the comments that I read in that thing. But yeah, it's so whatever the board here thinks. I mean, if you want to go with the recommendations and the comments, that's fine. Does anybody else have any other thoughts on it?
I think we should adhere to the recommendations. Again, it's their town, and they put a little bit of thought into it, and I think it's a good step forward.
All right. Well, do I have a motion to accept?
Ms. Smith, I'll make that motion.
This is Beth.
So that didn't come across. I think 2 people. What was that?
What?
I said, this is Beth. I would make a motion to accept it.
Oh, okay.
Okay, to accept the comprehensive plan.
Yeah.
Yes.
As, to accept the comments, right?
With the
Well,
comments.
With-
Yes.
Local decision with comments, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, right.
This is Carl.
Okay,
I'll
does anybody
second.
want to? Okay, we got a second. You got that down, Rich?
Yeah, Beth, so the motion is to, that it's a local decision with the comments. Motion by Beth, second by Carl.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed?
Aye.
Is that an oppose or an aye?
Aye.
Sounded like a no. Yeah.
That's an aye, okay. Motion carries, I think.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, I think that was a tough one. All right.
Okay, so-
We got the next one, Rich?
Yeah, this is a simple, it's to put up a sign. It's an area variance for some setbacks. It is, let's see, a 3-foot front yard setback and a 5-foot side yard setback for a sign at Murphy's Law Public House. It's just that it's on a state, on the right of way on Main Street here in Leeds. To me, it's, that it's, there's no county impact. It's a local decision. There's no county
Yeah,
impact.
I
on this
agree.
whatsoever. So that's, to me, it's an easy one. It's just, it's no county impact.
Yep.
Okay, well, anybody like to make a motion to accept it as a local decision?
This is Jen. I'll make a motion for that.
Okay, a second?
Simon, I'll second it.
Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed?
I'm sorry, was that Jim who seconded it?
Jim.
Motion
did.
carries, I think.
Yes.
Okay, is that everything, or is there something more, Rich?
I think that that is it. I just, we got one final action reported on the town of Catskill, but that's not a big deal on a shed. I just, again, remind everybody to remind their town planning boards that the referrals are not complete until we receive final action reports. So, and the next meeting, which will probably be done by Zoom again, will be June 17th.
Really?
Oh,
I have one question before we sign off. Does Greene County have any opinion as to when local planning board meetings will open up?
Well, I mean, I have to circle back. I
What do you mean?
don't, I do not know if, I do not know the answer to that, whether.
Okay, and that's fine. And I can call Warren Hart or Sean Groen. I just thought that perhaps you were in the office and you might know with the new governor's mandate and the phasing opening that transpired as of Monday, if there was going to be a date that when public meetings were going to be opened up again.
Yeah, I don't know the phase, where that fits into the phased approach. Actually, just today is when the capital region, or when, Greene County, the first phase could start. I think any kind of public gathering, that's why I think our June meeting will again be by Zoom, because I think it's going to be some time before any kind of public gatherings will be permitted, but I don't have a set time frame of where that phase that fits into. I'd have to check on that.
All right.
Rich, this is Mark. Currently, under the state mandate, we are in on pause and having social distancing enforced for meetings of people over 10 people. Okay, that'll carry through June 13th, when there will either be a revision or there'll be some sort of alteration to that. But as it stands right now, people are allowed to meet in groups of 10 as long as they maintain social distancing protocols.
And this is Jen. I just wanted to add, we had a planning board meeting last night because there were several things that were hanging that were unfair to the people that had put in the applications. And so we only have 5 people on the planning board. We kept one person out. We had 2 items on the agenda. We were able to keep the windows open. We tied in one of the 5 by phone, and then there were 4 of us. And we were able to keep a big social distance. We all wore masks, and we were able to accomplish something. And our town board has also had to meet because they had some budget things. They tried meeting outside and got very cold, so they ended up doing the same thing, going inside and trying to stay apart. And we gave everybody who came last night, we had hand sanitizers out there. We had masks in case anybody didn't bring a mask. So,
And Jen, how are you handling the public meeting part of it? Because these are still, that's why that's why this is being broadcast on YouTube. You still have to handle the public meeting part. It still has to be an open meeting.
That's why we did a hybrid. That's the whole reason we did a hybrid. That's why I actually went there, and anybody and people could come. You know, we would have to keep them separate, but we're such a small town that, and you know, nobody came. And it wasn't like a big public hearing or anything. We just had a couple of items that we just needed to close up, you know, because.
Right.
We did something similar in Ashland also. We had people that are, you know, our members, I think 3 members, our secretary, 1 on Zoom, and the people that were coming in with stuff all did it on Zoom.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, because you can have one person in a room where you could handle people that would actually want to show up. So technically, it is open to the public, but then you tie in other people by Zoom. I know that we had a meeting as well. It wasn't the planning board or the town board, but it was another meeting, another town meeting where they just put a Zoom link on our website and said this is open to everybody. That creates some potential issues, I think, to put it mildly.
Well, yeah, I mean, this Zoom link wasn't, you know, shared with the public. That's why it's being simultaneously broadcast on YouTube, and Greene County created a YouTube channel for people to watch, you know, because we, you know, if this was, you know, some kind of controversial issue either on a local or county level, then, you know, you could have a problem on Zoom. And you know, Zoom bombers, as they're now called, I think, like photo bombers.
Zoom bombers.
So, you know, I don't know if that helps, but I do think we should anticipate that, even though Mark just referenced that June 13th, that might change. I think we should still anticipate that, and our June 17th meeting will be done by Zoom again, and we'll just have to play it by. I'd be surprised, because even if at least 10 of us, or 11 of us, including myself, were in the conference room, we wouldn't be able to adequately social distance. And then if people are showing up, would show up from the public, it would probably be a problem.
Hey, Rich, Tony Palak, do we keep the same phone numbers with the?
I don't know if it stays the same. I'll have to check. Mark might be able to answer that.
No. In order to have Zoom security so that you don't have Zoom bombs, you have to respond to the invitation that's specific to that meeting. Now, the call-in number I believe, is the same, but if you're trying to join through the link with your computer, I just refer to the actual email that you get for each one. But the phone number will remain the same. The call-in number will remain the same.
Okay.
There you go.
One more question, Rich. Are we going to have it at 4:30 again because of the legislature and not wanting to, you know, conflict?
Does that work? We have a quorum. Does that work for everybody to continue at 4:30 until further notice? It's either that or we have to change the date, because the legislature has their meeting at 6:30 and we need some buffer time between the 2 meetings. So we'll have to continue at 4:30 for the time being.
All right, sounds good.
Yeah, until we find out differently, correct?
Yeah, plan for that unless something changes for the June meeting. At this point, I would anticipate that it's going to be done by Zoom on Wednesday, the 17th at 4:30. And that's, if that changes, I'll certainly let everybody know, but I would plan for that at this point.
Very
Okay.
good.
Okay,
All right.
sounds good.
All right.
Would I have a motion to adjourn the meeting?
Sure, I'll make a
Right here.
motion to adjourn.
I'll second
Okay,
it.
Carl did that one quick.
I'll just write down, everybody made the motion.
And I
Okay.
do, again, I want to welcome Bob Van Valkenburg.
Thank you, Bruce.
All right, well, thank you, everybody, for coming in, I guess, to it. It seemed like it was a little choppy and awkward, but it is what it is.